Silent affection. In the vibrant city of Abuja, Nigeria, Mike had always been known for his dedication and hard work. Fresh out of university, he landed a job at a prominent consulting firm in the city center. The firm, located in a sleek glass building overlooking the bustling streets of Abuja, was a beacon of opportunity for young professionals. Mike, with his degree in business administration, quickly proved his worth, impressing his colleagues and supervisors with his sharp intellect and unwavering commitment. Among the team, Mike stood out, not just for his work ethic but also for his warm personality. He had a way of making everyone feel at ease, which made him popular among his peers. However, there was one person in the office who seemed to hold a special place in Mike's heart: his boss, Mr. Adewale. Mr. Adewale was a charismatic man in his early 40s, with a commanding presence and a smile that could light up a room. He had a reputation for being a fair and supportive leader, always pushing his team to achieve their best. Mike admired him greatly and found himself drawn to Adewale's confidence and kindness. It started innocently enough. Mike would stay late at the office, working on projects that required extra attention, and often found Mr. Adewale doing the same. They began sharing late-night conversations, discussing everything from work to their personal lives. Mike learned that Adewale was a fan of jazz music, enjoyed cooking, and had a deep love for Abuja's rich cultural heritage. These moments brought them closer, and Mike couldn't help but develop feelings for his boss. Despite the growing affection, Mike was aware of the professional boundaries that needed to be maintained. He never let his emotions interfere with his work and continued to perform his duties diligently. However, the more time he spent with Adewale, the harder it became to suppress his feelings. One evening, after a particularly stressful day at work, Adewale invited Mike to join him for dinner at a cozy restaurant not far from the office. It was a small, intimate place with dim lighting and soft music playing in the background. Over dinner, they talked about their dreams and aspirations. Mike opened up about his struggles and fears, and Adewale listened with genuine interest and compassion. As the evening progressed, Mike couldn't help but notice the way Adewale looked at him, with a mix of warmth and something else he couldn't quite place. It gave him hope, a glimmer of possibility that maybe, just maybe, his feelings were reciprocated. However, Mike's world came crashing down when he discovered a piece of information that changed everything. One day, while tidying up the office, he stumbled upon a photograph on Adewale's desk. It was a picture of Adewale with a woman and 2 children, all smiling happily. The realization hit Mike like a ton of bricks: Adewale was married. The discovery left Mike reeling. He had never seen Adewale wear a wedding ring, nor had he ever mentioned his family during their conversations. The photograph, however, told a different story. Adewale was a family man, and Mike felt a wave of guilt and confusion wash over him. How could he have allowed himself to fall for someone who was already committed? Despite the painful revelation, Mike couldn't bring himself to give up on his feelings. He knew it was wrong, but his heart refused to let go. He continued to work alongside Adewale, maintaining a professional demeanor while battling the turmoil within. As the weeks passed, Mike's feelings only grew stronger. He found himself stealing glances at Adewale during meetings, his heart aching with unspoken love. It was a tortuous existence, but Mike was determined to stay by Adewale's side, even if it meant enduring the pain of unrequited love. One evening, as they worked late once again, Mike couldn't hold back any longer. The weight of his emotions became too much to bear. He looked at Adewale, his eyes filled with a mixture of longing and sadness. "Adewale, there's something I need to tell you," Mike began, his voice trembling. "I know it's unprofessional, and I know you have a family, but I can't keep this inside any longer. I've fallen in love with you." Adewale's expression softened, and he let out a sigh. "Mike, I had a feeling you felt this way," he said gently. I care about you deeply, but you have to understand that my family comes first. I love my wife and children, and I can't betray them. Mike nodded, tears welling up in his eyes. I understand, he whispered. I just needed you to know how I feel. Adewale reached out and placed a reassuring hand on Mike's shoulder. You are an incredible person, Mike, and I value our friendship immensely. I hope we can continue to work together and support each other, even if it's just as colleagues and friends. It was not the outcome Mike had hoped for, but he appreciated Adewale's honesty and respect for his family. Despite the heartache, he knew he had to find a way to move forward. He focused on his work, channeling his emotions into his projects and striving to become the best version of himself. Over time, Mike's feelings began to fade, replaced by a deep sense of admiration and respect for Adewale. They continued to work together, building a strong professional bond that endured despite the challenges they had faced. Mike learned to find happiness in the success of his career and the friendships he had built along the way. While he never found the love he had once hoped for, Mike discovered something equally valuable: the strength to overcome heartache and the resilience to keep moving forward. In the end, he realized that true happiness came from within, and that love, in all its forms, could be a source of inspiration and growth. Thank you for watching, fam. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. More stories are coming soon.